In this video, we will go over adding listings and some advanced information on individual fields. Within REALSTACK, you can add listings from two locations. First, in the top right corner, you can select Add, and then in the drop-down, select Listing. You can also select it from the left navigation menu by clicking Listings and then Add Listing. For this video, we're going to edit the listing from the listing table. Starting in the first column on the left is the listing ID. This is a system-generated listing ID for each listing within REALSTACK. Next up is the Assigned To field. This is who owns the listing record in the database. If you're a listing manager and log in to add a listing for additional team members, it will default to your user account. You can change which team member is assigned a listing at any time as you see fit. If you're a team member who enters their own listings, it will default to the user that is logged in currently. The next field, Team View, sets view permissions. For this individual listing, it will default to the setting you have configured in your user profile, but you can also modify this on each listing. With Team View set to Yes, anyone on your brokerage team can view the listing, but not edit. Alternatively, when the team view is set to No, only you and your brokerage's admin will be able to see the listing. Next, you'll see sale type. We support both standard and auction sale types. Standard is the typical sale type of a property. The auction sale type offers additional fields such as auction date, auction time zone, location address, auction city, auction state, and auction URL. You can also select if it is a sealed bid or not. We offer the auction URL tool because this field allows you to copy and paste the URL from any third-party auction management tool to display as a link on the listing detail webpage. This is helpful for prospective bidders to pre-register or review legal information and much more. For our learning purposes, we will be continuing with the standard type. Next, we have the title of the property. This is displayed as the title of this property throughout your land broker website. It is also used when creating the URL of this property. On your REALSTACK brokerage website, it is important to keep your title short and to the point. Long page titles create long URLs. These are frowned upon by Google and any other search engines. The listing representative field is an intelligent type field. When you begin to type, it will bring up a list of your team members. The listing rep will be displayed as the agent for this listing. You can also add up to 2 co-listing reps. Co-listing reps will be displayed on the listing detail view of your website. Property seller is the actual seller of the property. They must be a contact within your REALSTACK account in order to select them from the auto-populated list. This is for internal record keeping and is never displayed on any website or third-party feed. In the middle column, we have listed date. This is where you can record the original date that the property was listed for sale. This is not the created date of the listing. Because it can take some time to polish up your listings and get it ready to publish, we offer the listed date category as it helps keep the most accurate days on market for reporting. The expires field is the listing expiration date. This is also a field provided for record keeping purposes, as well as ease of managing listings that are coming up for the expiration that you might want to renew. Listing status is what determines if your listing will be live or not. We provide multiple statuses to choose from. Draft means that you're still working on this listing, therefore, it is not published to your website or any third-party feeds. Preview allows you to view your listing as if it were live without actually publishing it to your website. Once saved, you can pull up the website URL to see what your listing would look like if it went live. New Listing will publish the listing to your website with a new listing banner over the listing card on your website. Available is the standard status for an available listing. Under contract and sold listings will still display on your site but will be displayed as a sold or under contract. We have many other listing statuses that are used for internal organization purposes. You can learn more about these in our help article, Listing Status Definitions, on help.realstack.com. For listing types, you can select one or multiple. It is important to note that we do not support unlimited listing types. The best practice is to choose about 3 and to order them by relevance or importance, as some third-party sites will only take the first type. Tags give you the ability to create your own categories or groups for your listings. We can use these tags to create collections on your website if you have many listings in a category that we don't provide in our types. For more information on collections, please reach out to support@realstack.com. Next, we have Map Embed. Using either Land ID, formerly known as MapRight, or TerraStride, you can retrieve your map's embed code and paste it in this category. This will display the map with your listing on your website. RealStack also provides primary and secondary video embed categories. The primary video will display on your listing's photo gallery, while the second video will fall a bit lower on your listing detail page. Both videos must be uploaded first to either YouTube or Vimeo, then the embed code can be copied and pasted into these spaces. We also support virtual tours from Kula, Matterport, RoundMe, and Cloud Pano. Just copy and paste your VR tour player into this field, and this will display on your listing's detail page. In the far right column, first, we have acreage. This field is fairly self-explanatory. However, it is important to note that we do support up to 3 decimal spaces. In the price field, you will input the list price of the property. The field automatically formats your number. The price reduce switch, when turned on, will add a price reduce banner on the listing card of your website. Next, you can add the annual taxes for the property. You can also add the property's annual HOA fees. The bedrooms, bathrooms, and dwelling square footage fields are required if a residential type has been added to the property, such as a single-family home or residential property. Commission is an internal record-keeping field. You can add the commission rate to aid in calculating your revenue. In the MLS ID field, you can add the MLS ID of your listing. The featured yes/no switch decides if your listing will be displayed in the featured section of the home page of your website. The website only switch will allow you to prevent this specific listing from feeding to any third-party syndication sites set up for your website. The land.com switch allows you to control if your listing feeds to land.com, as long as land.com feed is set up for your brokerage. This can also help you control the number of listings you feed to land.com to stay within your subscription limits. The website URL will auto-generate once your listing is saved. Once live on your website, you can use this URL to quickly find your listing. In the next section of the listing editor, you can input your listing's location information. Address 1 and 2 are not required fields. However, city, state, county, and zip code are. RealStack will auto-populate both state and county once the city name is entered. We populate the first county alphabetically within that city, so be sure to double-check that that is correct. You can also input your listing's latitude and longitude manually. Once entered, you can use the Set Map Pin and Boundary KML button to set the exact pinpoint of your property. You can also provide a KML boundary file here to automatically display a property boundary for the map search related features. Next, we have additional attributes. Here, you can enter wildlife, rights, recreation, improvements, or water access. These attributes can be used when a potential buyer is filtering listings on your site to find one with each attribute of their liking. Our next section is maps. RealStack provides additional ways to interact with property maps. Some buyers might want a PDF format for digital sharing purposes, or even to print them off. We provide spaces to upload aerial, locator, and topo maps. These will be automatically labeled on your website. We also provide an all map section where you can combine multiple maps and create one file. Just drag and drop your map files in each of these sections. You can also click onto any of these boxes to pull up a file explorer. Brochures can either be added manually or auto-generated by RealStack. Because brochures are the #1 conversion type across all land brokerage websites, we wanted to provide each listing the opportunity to generate these leads. Note that your listing must have at least 10 photos to qualify for an auto-generated brochure. Please refer to our auto-generated brochure article on help.realstack.com for help setting this up. In the Documents field, you can upload any document needed to be displayed with the property online. This can be done for anything that may not have a specified category in the listing editor. Lastly, we have the listing description section where you can type out or paste your listing description for this property. We recommend writing a description with 300 words or more to help with creating a visually complete listing. This can also help with search engine indexing of content. Now that you've added all of the information for this listing, you can click Save. Congratulations, you've added your first listing in REALSTACK. Now you can move on to add your photos in the Photo Manager. For more information on adding a listing or our photo management tool, please visit help.realstack.com.